What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Scorpion God. Hope you're ready to kill all of the things. That includes Dragonlord Dromoka. Watch out, buddy. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, we've got one land. Let's go mulligan on this one. No lander on this one. Doesn't sound that enticing. Not manless dredge. Let's go and mulligan on this one. Mm, I guess. Not wild, but the thought of mulliganing past 5 is not that wild either, so we'll just go ahead and keep on this one. Canadian Sloth, yeah, we'll go ahead and put that on top. Last thing we want after mulligan down to 5 is a bunch of tap lands, but hey, we'll make it work. Let's go and get the Bajuka Bog down, exile our opponent's graveyard. Hey, get out of here, graveyard. And we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, we are playing the Scorpion God. Whenever a creature with a -1 counter on it dies, draw a card. Then for 3 mana, put a -1 counter on another target creature. Then whenever the Scorpion God dies, return to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Let's go ahead and get Canyon down. And let's go ahead and go Imperial Seal on Phyrexian Arena. I think that sounds pretty good. Good way to get some nice little card draw. And then see if our opponent has any sort of artifact or enchantment destruction to kind of deal with that. So we'll go Imperial Seal. And hopefully Phyrexian Arena will help us get out from underneath our mulligan. That goes on top. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Play against Dragonlord Dromoka. Cannot be countered. Flying Lifelink. And then your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. So opponent gets down the Finhorn Elves. Let's go ahead and get the mountain down. Let's go for this nice little beautiful Phyrexian Arena. And then kick it over our opponent. Hopefully we're just hoping to make the land drop to get the Scorpion God down, start pinging away some of our opponent's creatures. If you have a ton of mana dorks, Scorpion God loves mana dorks. He just squishes them with his tail. It makes him really happy and he likes drawing cards. So if we can get the Scorpion God down and get some nice little mana going, then we can go from there. Ooh, our opponent's getting some nice little Oracle on the battlefield too. So alright, Phyrexian Arena trigger. See what we draw into. Fingers crossed it's a land. Coalition Relic, pretty good. And Fire Diamond. So if we go Coalition Relic, tap out, and add 1 mana, we're not going to be able to get that down. We go Fire Diamond, it's like we made the land drop for the turn, but it's going to enter the battlefield tapped. Let's go ahead and, or if we can add a charge counter on there and charge counter next turn, that's going to be the Scorpion God. Let's go ahead and go Coalition Relic. I like that. That's going to give us 2 mana next turn. We can go for the Scorpion God, get him down, and just start kind of swinging, applying some pressure on our opponent. Let's go and add a charge counter on there. I'm going to add that mana to their mana pool. Temple Garden coming down. Okay. Then put a charge counter on the Coalition Relic. Anything else, and we're going to go and pass the turn. Kick it over our opponent. But yeah, so if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't seen the Scorpion God before, this deck is 100% just kill everything. We're going to get everything off the battlefield, and then make sure we have a nice little clear path for the Scorpion God to swing across and deal some nice little damage to our opponents. And it's funny because if you sat me down before the set release, they'd be like, who's your favorite god out of the 3 gods from Hour of Devastation? You know, like the Locust God, Scarab God, or the Scorpion God. And I probably would have been like, the Locust God, because I was most excited about him. And I really enjoyed the Locust God. The Locust God is a ton of fun. If you're thinking about building the Locust God, go for it. I will give you a little bit of a warning. The Locust God is very linear. It is very much get down the Locust God, wheel together 2 or 3 wheel effects, and then all of a sudden you have a board full of insects. So, but that doesn't change the fact that it's not fun. It's still a lot of fun, but it's just kind of one of those things you need to know what you're getting into if you're going to start buying some of the expensive pieces for the Locust God, just because it is pretty much a one-trick pony. But sometimes those one-trick ponies are fun to play, which I really do enjoy it. Drawing to go for the Throat. Alright, and then Coalition Relic. Let's go and put that charge counter on there. So we're going to add 2 to our mana pool. We could go... man, I just want to get the Scorpion God down on this one. Let's go 1, 2. If they have some removal, they have removal. I want to get the Scorpion God down. That way we can really start applying some pressure. And then hopefully, we've seen 2 Phyrexian Arena triggers, so hopefully we should be hitting a land sometime soon. And then our opponent didn't use any sort of removal on their last turn. And actually, we need to kind of keep track of what's on top of their library. We did see a Sylvan Library coming down, so trying to keep track of that. So that might be coming down this turn. But yeah, as far as next turn goes, we do have at least, we have access to 4 mana. We can get down to Talisman, and they'll still give us enough mana to go for Talisman of go for the Scorpion God activation on the Finhorn Elves. We'll be able to draw an extra card off that one. If we want to, we can go Tribute of Hunger once Oracle's out there, and we can, kind of keep that extra mana keep the extra utility. Sorry, I had like a hiccup burp come out once, and so I made a weird noise right there. And the last thing I wanted to do, I was trying to mute my mic, and the last thing I wanted to do was hiccup and burp into the mic for y'all because I'm sure that's exactly what you want to hear. And so we ended up, instead of getting all that done, it was just a really goofy noise that I made. It felt like a hiccup, like a little mouse noise or something. Okay, let's go get the care keep down. How do we want to do this? So we have go for the throat on our opponent. That'll take care of them. We don't have a -1 counter on there. If we go Thran Dynamo, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Get down a couple of the talismans. Fire Diamond's going to come play tapped. And then the Scorpion God, whenever it dies, it'll come back to our hand. Let's go Thran Dynamo. I think I like it. Yeah, we're going to go Thran Dynamo. Move tap out for 1, 2, 3. And then Talisman into Fire Diamond. Okay, I like that. Yeah, we'll go Thran Dynamo. We can still put a charge counter on the Coalition Relic. And then we can use the Talisman to get down the Fire Diamond. Yeah, I like it. Sorry, it took me a second to kind of make sure we were thinking through that correctly. Or do we want to go for the throat on the Commander? Just kind of test it out. Swing in for 5 next turn. We've got some mana. We have Thran Dynamo. Let's go for the throat. Let's see if this sticks. Yeah, let's go for that. They have 2 mana up. They might have some sort of protection for Dragonlord. If not, we'll keep Dragonlord off the battlefield. And then if they do have some sort of protection... Okay, there we go. At least force them to use it this turn. Alright. And then it has hexproof now, so I think at this point we're just still going to go ahead and we'll go and add a charge counter on there. And then I think we're just going to go ahead and pass the turn. Yeah, we'll go and pass the turn. So as far as the next turn goes, we're going to have 1 off the Coalition Relic. That's going to be 4, Thran Dynamo, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to have around 9 mana. We can start putting some -1 counters on there. If we want to, we can go -1 counters on, couple -1 counters on Oracle, then take care of the elves. Then we'll be online to get on Tribute to Hunger, to where we can make them sacrifice Dragonlord Dromoka. We'll gain life equal to its toughness, which Dragonlord is at a 5/7, so that'll be pretty nice. Alright, got Dragonlord Hunter's Insight. There's a nice little chunk of cards over there coming across off that Hunter's Insight. This is one of those cards that I have it in my Omnath Party Bear deck, and you don't see a lot of it, and man, I love it. Really good card. Okay, swing in for 5. You're going to be able to draw 5 cards off that, and it's some nice green card advantage off that one, and they do have to reveal it. So it's going to be Oran Reef. They did play the planes off of that. Oran Reef and Light and Tutor such a library for an artifact or an enchantment card. And then Wasteland in the hand. Alright, so I think at this point we would definitely benefit from some sort of another spot removal outside of go for the throat. We did see our opponent have some sort of like hexproof protection in the Hepatra's Mask for Dragonlord, so we're going to have to kind of play around it to the best of our ability as far as getting rid of Dragonlord. But if we can just keep Dragonlord off the battlefield, then we might be in a good little spot to kind of get some stuff done. Alright, see if they're going for the Sword of Feast and Famine, protection from black and green, and then they do have 2 total mana, which will be able to equip it onto the Dragonlord. Alright. Equip it on there, you've got it. Alright, so that's going to be 7 coming across next turn, puts us down to 7, untap their lands, we discard a card. We do have Exsanguinate. We don't have a ton of mana off Exsanguinate, but we'll see. Phyrexian Arena, see what we draw into. Phyrexian Tower, and then Skin Render. Alright. Let's go and remove that charge counter off that. We'll go and add black to that. Let's go get down the Phyrexian Tower. Let's go Skin Render. See what we can kind of shake up. What we can kind of draw into. So tap for 1 more, and then tap for black. Get on Skin Render. Put 3 -1 counters on Oracle. We're going to be able to draw an additional card. Draw into Command Tower. Let's go ahead and go put a -1 counter on the elves. It's going to be 1, and then red, and then black. Draw an additional card. Draw into Liliana. Okay. And then we can actually sacrifice the Skin Render 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go and go for that. Then we can draw into something that'll help us get out from underneath it. So let's go ahead and go, let's go Liliana. Let's go and sacrifice a creature. Let's go ahead and sacrifice Skin Render. Add that 2 mana. Let's go Liliana. It's going to be 1, 2. Let's get Liliana down. Let's go ahead and -2. That would kind of forces them to go for something next turn. At least swing in for Liliana if they want to. Now we could go for 2 the Slaughter. We only have 3 card types in the graveyard. We do already have an instant. I'd like to see if we can't find a way to deal with that Sword and Feast and Famine, because you're going to be able to keep bringing that back. So if we go Chainer's Edict, we have enough mana for that. We go Tribute to Hunger, they sacrifice Stoneforge, and then the other sacrifice are going to get it off the battlefield. I think I'd like that. Or we could just go for Damnation, but we don't really want to blow up the Scorpion God. So let's go ahead and go for Chainer's Edict on that one. That's going to go on top. We don't have to reveal anything else. Let's go and swing in for 6. There we go. That'll be 6 total commander damage. We might see the Stoneforge Mystic block. If we do, that's okay. But at least if not, we're going to be able to get in for 6. Okay, puts him down to 27. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. Alright, so our opponent does have Sword of Feast and Famine up. Just to kind of recap, it's going to be +2 protection from black and green. The main thing they're going to benefit from is they're going to be able to kind of do some stuff this turn. They're going to be able to untap all of their lands after it swings and deals combat damage. And then they still have the Enlightened Tutor to go for too, which is going to be something we're going to have to watch out for. And that will be a reveal, so we're going to leave the reveal up. We know they do have Oran Reef in the hand, and we have not seen Wasteland out there. So we're going to cross off... we see it. Well, we haven't seen that for, so we know at least those are in the hand. And they go for a Sword of Fire and Ice. Okay. The main thing is, if we can just keep Dragonlord off the battlefield, off these different swords, they're going to get some nice little value, but at least we'll have the Scorpion God out there. And then, unfortunately, we could get into spots where we could go for Tribute to Hunger and maybe sacrifice in response to something. But with Dragonlord Dromoka, we can't cast spells during their turn, so we're going to have to all do it during our main phase, basically. So we have the Chainer's Edict on top of our library, so we can Chainer's Edict, they sacrifice Stoneforge, then we Tribute to Hunger, they have to go for that. Then that's going to put them into spots where they're just going to have to keep getting down Dragonlord. Now, with the protection from red and black, red and blue, off the Sword and Fire and Ice, it's going to be a little hard for us. So depending on if they swing in at us with Dragonlord, we at least have the -2 ability on Liliana to... search up some sort of artifact destruction to kind of keep these off the battlefield. If they mainly just thinking like, all right, we can deal with the Liliana, they can swing in for 9, put us down to 14 total commander damage, get us down a little low, then we might be able to kind of bounce out from back from underneath this. I'm going to cross that off, and did they make the land drop for the turn? I'm not sure if they have. All right, they're going to go and swing in for 9. But this is a pretty cool Dragonlord Dromoka deck. You don't really think Dragonlord Voltron, but hey, man, they're rocking it right now, so I really like this. All right, so we got Stoneforge swinging at Liliana, and then Dragonlord swinging up top. So it's going to be 1, puts it down to 2, which will give us just enough for Liliana to go for that minus ability. All right, so it's going to be Sword of Feast and Famine trigger. Untap their lands. We're going to have to discard a card. I think on this one, we'll just go ahead and get rid of the Fire Diamond. Just because we are at 6, we need to keep Dragonlord off the battlefield, but at least having it Sanguinate would be a nice little way to kind of get a little bit of extra damage coming across. Oh, excuse me, yeah, they're going to redirect that damage over to Liliana, so they're going to get around that one. But at least we can still go for the Tribute to Hunger and the Chainer's Edict to make sure these creatures are sacrificed and start swinging in with the Scorpion God. And then see what else we draw off the Phyrexian Arena, because we do have the Chainer's Edict on top, and we'll have an additional card draw off the Phyrexian Arena, with us being at 6 total lives. So, see what we draw into. And they did get down Oran Reef. Okay. Draw into Refuge. That's, it's not the worst, actually, of the Refuge draw. Okay, so let's go ahead and go... Let's go Chainer's Edict. I like that. Let's go Chainer's Edict off the Talisman. Target player sacks a creature. I guess technically we could have gone for a we should have gone for a +1 counter on Stoneforge Mystic in response to that. If they do something else, we'll put it on there. But yeah, we should have gone for that. We should have done that because we would have known that they would have picked Stoneforge off this one. And then now we can't actually put a +1 counter on Dragonlord because it's a creature like that. Let's go ahead and we do actually have enough to just to flash it back out of the graveyard. So let's go ahead and go for that. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Choose target player. And then next turn we'll actually still have the here we go, black on that one and the 2 more. Target player sacks a creature. It's going to be Dragonlord. At least it's not going to have haste, and we're going to be able to swing in on this one. Alright, Dragonlord goes back to the command zone. Let's go and get the Refuge down. We're going to gain a life off that one, which is actually not that bad. It'll kind of help cancel out the Phyrexian Arena trigger. Let's go and swing in for 9. Excuse me, 6. Got the 9 mixed up in my head. That's going to be 12 total commander damage. And then we still have Tribute to Hunger, which we can go for. And now they are at 30, and we have a lot of mana for Exsanguinate, which it's going to be nice. But usually if you're going to go for an Exsanguinate win, you kind of need them in the teens right now. With them being at 30, it's really not going to be a whole lot for us to go for. Now, do they have any land-producing creatures out there? The wastelands out there, destroy target non-basic land. Ooh, I like that art on there. Pretty cool looking. Really industrial looking. But other than that, yeah, they don't really have any sort of creatures out there. They're going to be able to kind of get around this tribute to hunger. So that'll be one more attack step that we can swing into. Maybe if we get lucky somehow we can keep Dragonlord off the battlefield to where we can kind of swing in for one more combat step. Kind of the best way to think about the Scorpion God, it sounds goofy, is it's almost like your Celestial Colonnade in a Jeskai control deck. Like you're just get in the spots where hopefully you can stabilize and start going from there. But if they spend their whole turn getting down Dragonlord, equipping swords on there, going for stuff like that, then I feel like we'll be in a pretty good little spot to go for the Tribute to Hunger. That will give them next turn sort of Feast and Famine, different stuff like that. It'll be a little iffy to kind of get around, but I think at this point I like that. Plus 1 counter on there. That's okay. We'll get an extra life off that one. We'll gain 10, go back to 16. Just give it a nice little buffer. All right. Let's go and kick it over to our turn. See what we're drawing to. Phyrexian Arena Trigger, Knight's Whisper, and Worn Power Stone. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to leave up the Coalition Relic. We'll go and cross out that Wasteland, and we'll just go and cross that Force off just to kind of get off the battlefield. Let's go and go for the Tribute to Hunger. We're going to gain 10 life off this one. It's going to be black, and then 1, 2, 3. We'll still be able to go for the Knight's Whisper, too. Sacrifice a creature. And then they'll put us at 18 total commander damage. We go back to 15. Let's go Knight's Whisper. Let's tap out for black. So I'm going to draw a few more cards. See if we can't get something through. Skeletal Scrying. Okay. That'll be good. We can go for that. Let's go ahead and get the command tower down. I think. Yeah, let's go and get the command tower down. All right, let's go and swing in for 6. It's going to put our opponent down to 18. It'll be 18 total commander damage. It'll put them down to 24. And then we'll be online for Skeletal Scrying. So we can actually tap out. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually tap out for 6 off Skeletal Scrying, which hopefully will give us enough options to kind of deal with the Dragonlord out there. We're in a weird spot now. Dragonlord's been sent back about 100 times into the graveyard. Banishing Light, exile target non-land permanent. We can actually sacrifice in response to that, so we're going to go ahead and do that, and which will actually work out really good with our Skeletal Scrying. Only thing is we're not going to have haste, so it's unfortunate. Let's go and go Phyrexian Tower. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Have it go to the graveyard instead of the command zone. There we go. Let's make sure. Graveyard, not command zone. Okay. Whew, that was a little spooky on that one. All right, Scorpion goes back to the graveyard. Oh man, can't tell you how many times I've done a video where I accidentally just misclick on something like that, and it's just like, oh, very frustrating. But this has been a really fun match, so I'm really, win or lose, I'm really excited to post this one up because you don't really see a lot of Dragonlord Voltrons out here. So, all right, opponent's going to kick it over, so we're going to have to go and use the Skeletal Scrying. So let's go and do that. It's going to be 1, 2, and that'll be 1. It doesn't have haste, so I think we're okay with just tapping out on this one. It's going to be 5, 6. Yeah, why not? Let's go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll be just perfectly. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll lose 7, go down to 6. And then Phyrexian Arena Trigger puts us down to 5. Yeah, we need to get some stuff moving. All right. So we're going to go for the exile 7 cards, draw cards, and lose X life. Go down to 6. Oh, beautiful. Merciless Executioner. Now, do we have any sort of haste? We don't have really any haste options out there, so we may need to hold on to the Merciless Executioner. Oh, that's going to kind of change it. We do have Volt Charge, though. And we still have the Scorpion God coming back out of the hand. And then now we're kind of on a pseudo, we need to get some stuff going, like a 5-turn clock with Phyrexian Arena before we die. And it's, hey, it is Elvish Mystic Beat Sticks time. Love it. I love that. Nice little 6/6 body. There's no better feeling than like, all right, the gloves are off. Our main game plan has been taxed into the command zone. Destroy, care, keep. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, Dragonlord's been sent back to the command zone too many times where we've got to get Elvish Mystic going. Beat sticks. We can still go Merciless Executioner, which is going to be nice on this one. And we also, if we do get into a hairy spot, we can go for Exsanguinate to kind of get a little bit more life total off that one. All right, Scorpion God's going to come back to the hand. That's a nice little Skeletal Scrying right there. Worked out perfectly. All right, Phyrexian Arena. Drawn to the Charcoal Diamond, Sword of Fire and Ice. Sorry, a little bit of a cough on that one. All right, so let's go and get the. If you control 2 or more basics, which we only have 1 basic right now, so let's go and get the swamp down. Let's go ahead and let's go and get down the Merciless Executioner. I think I like that. Yeah, let's go Merciless Executioner. It'll be 1, 2, 3. And tap out for black. Sacrifice a creature. We'll sacrifice Merciless. Let's see who they're going to sacrifice. Probably, yep, they sacrificed. There we go. Oh, and I just realized we draw into Vandal Blast, which is a beautiful draw. So we'll go and go for that. Let's go and get down the Scorpion God. Let's go and cast it. It's going to be 1, 2. Let's go black, and then red, and then 2 more. Tap down for the Bajuka Bog. And then we can actually go Mind Stone and still get down Sword of Fire and Ice. I think that sounds good. And the next turn we can go for Vandal Blast. Get on the Mind Stone. Let's go ahead and go Sword of Fire and Ice. That way we can get a little bit, maybe we can kind of push past the Dragonlord Dromoka. And since they're not expecting the Vandal Blast out of the hand, so maybe they do cast Dragonlord and they start to get some stuff out there, and we can get that going. All right, Dragonlord, anything else? We're going to go and pass the turn. How many sacrifice spells? So give me 1 sec. Let's see. So we're at 8 cards in the hand. Let's go ahead and get rid of on this one. We'll hold on to Exsanguinate. We're going to get rid of the Charcoal Diamond on this one. Not sure. I've gotten lucky with some of them. But yeah, our opponent's got the Sylvan Library trigger on the stack. But yeah, we're in a good spot now. We've got the Scorpion God on the battlefield. We're threatening lethal combat commander damage. We do have a Sword of Ice to get down, so we can go for that. And if our opponent does get down their Dragonlord Dromoka, it's going to be a 5/7. It'll be our turn. Maybe we can put some nice little counters on there, or we can go for a nice little Volt Charge to kind of keep it off the battlefield and still go for the Vandal Blast to make sure that they don't get those extra Sword of Fire and Ice triggers, and then the Sword of Feast and Famine. And then once again, we still have Exsanguinate. We need to remember that. Opponent goes for Wrath of God. Okay. Return it back to our hand. We're okay with that. And then we may end up tapping out for a nice little Exsanguinate. Let's kind of re-rack on how much mana that is. That's going to be, let's see, double on black. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 11. That'll be 11, so that'll give us a little bit of a buffer against this Phyrexian Arena slowly chipping away at our life total. And I'm not entirely sure how many times Dragonlord has been sent back to the command zone either. So I think it's been 2 or 3. But yeah, it's been a nice little match. I've enjoyed it. This is what makes the Scorpion God so fun, is it feels like you're playing Jund in Modern. So if you've ever played Jund in Modern, Reclamation Stage, into the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment. You know, at this point, pretty much whatever they want to go for. Yeah, Sword, Fire, and Ice, that's fine. I much prefer. It's nice to have Sword and Fire and Ice, but I will take that over the Phyrexian Arena. And it also puts us to where we can get down the Scorpion God and do a nice little +1 counter, or -1 counter on the Reclamation Stage to keep it off the battlefield. Sword, Feast, and Famine. That'll be a 4/3 body. And then we don't have enough mana. Unfortunately, we don't have enough mana to go for the Volt Charge. But we can at least Vandal Blast to blow everything up, and then go for the Volt Charge to keep it off the battlefield. So that'll be a good option for us to go for. All right. But yeah, it's just kind of like it's like Jund in Modern. It's just a really fun commander deck. And there we go. Sorry. Man, when we have these long games, I get really worried that I missed something. Bantu's Last Reckoning and Mountain. Okay. Coalition Relic. Let's go ahead, and we do have 2 basics, so Smoldering Marsh should come into play. Tap. Yep, it's going to come into play untap. Let's go ahead and let's go for Vandal Blast. Get rid of all of the enchantments. Cast with Overload. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. And tap for 1 more. Destroy each artifact we don't control. That'll be Reclamation Sage. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 9 total mana, so that's Scorpion God and then Volt Charge. I think I like that. We're going to go Scorpion God. We need to get Scorpion God on the battlefield. It's going to be 1, 1. And then we're at 1 life with Phyrexian Arena. If they have haste, you know, they're going to have haste if they have it either way. I like going for this. And the next turn we can maybe clean up with an Exsanguinate or something like that. And then we're going to tap out on the Bojuka Bog. It still leaves up red mana to go for the Volt Charge and the Reclamation Sage. Or we can actually just put a -1 counter on there if we want to in response to some sort of action. And then we make the land drop for the turn. Okay, yeah, we're good to go. Going past the turn. So, as far as what's in our hand, we do have Darksteel Plate. That way, if we wanted to go for something like Bantu's Last Reckoning, destroy all creatures, your lands that are untapped during your next untap step. So that could be like a last-minute option we want to go for. But with the Darksteel Plate, that's pretty much what it is in here for. We're running a lot of board wipes and stuff like that to get the plate, so we can give the Scorpion God some nice little protection. And actually, excuse me one second. This game's gone a little bit longer, and I need to go grab some water. So give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I normally drink some tea while I record, but the game's gone long enough to where I could feel myself destroy all artifacts, draw creatures with converted mana cost 4 or greater. So it's going to be the Scorpion God. Let's go ahead in response to that. Let's go ahead and go for a put a -1 counter on that one. So we'll go ahead and use the Coalition Relic. It's going to go bye-bye anyway. It's going to be black. And tap for one more. Put a -1 counter on there. We're going to be able to draw a card off that. Draw and Determinate. Really good draw. And destroy everything else. It's going to go back over there. And we're still okay on mana. And then we still probably might tap out for an Exsanguinate. Our opponent's getting down to about 16 now, which is be kind of good for us to go for. I can't remember if we still have Torment of Hellfire in here. I think I put it in here. So if we do draw into Torment, that would be an option for us to go for. But with us being at 4 life and the Phyrexian Arena trigger coming across, we're probably just going to go and go for a tap out for an Exsanguinate. That way we can give ourselves a nice little bit of a buffer. And then hopefully we'll be able to kind of terminate Dragonlord in response to something. Next turn. I think Dragonlord's been sent back at least 2 times, so that's going to be 10 total mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's going to be about 11 mana, them tapping out for that. So we'll see where our opponent wants to go for. Okay, got the Scorpion God trigger on the stack. Okay, opponent disconnected for a second. We have the Scorpion God trigger coming back. No worries. No worries about that. Opponent got disconnected, so I waited for them to come back. Much obliged for them coming back, too. That's always nice. All right, so we get the Scorpion God coming back to our hand. Phyrexian Arena trigger. Drawn 2 Lightning Greaves. Beautiful. Okay. So, we get the Swamp down. Opponent's got 2 cards in hand. So we tap out for the Scorpion God. Yeah, let's go. Let's see if we can't close this one out. Let's go Lightning Greaves. It's just going to be 1 Phyrexian Arena trigger. So if something happens, it happens. So that'll put us down to 2, and if they can somehow get Dragonlord coming across with haste, then they'll have it. At least this way we can go Scorpion God. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll actually still have Terminate mana up. You know, unfortunately, if they do cast their commander, we're not going to be able to cast it on their turn once it's on the battlefield, but at least I do enjoy going for it right now. Make sure we leave up colored mana on this one. All right, get the Scorpion God down. Let's go for the Lightning Greaves. And see if this is good. Keep our fingers crossed. It's been a nice little grindy game. Let's go and swing in for 6. That's going to be actually 24 total commander damage if it goes through, if our opponent doesn't have any sort of fog effect. But I think oh, there we go. Close it out. Nice little Scorpion God game right there. That was a long one. Enjoyed it. But yeah, it was really cool seeing stuff like Dragonlord Dromoka Voltron. That was a really cool deck. I really enjoyed seeing that. We, you know, think where we came from. You know, you can see where the power of Phyrexian Arena. You know, we mulligan down to like 4, I think, with not a whole lot. Then we get on Phyrexian Arena, draw an extra card, start really chaining through a lot of our stuff. And then also having a deck that has about 400 pieces of removal. That, not going to lie, that's always nice. That kind of helps you accelerate your game plan. But great game from our opponent. Really cool deck from our opponent. Really enjoyed playing you. So, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.